You're good to go.
Oh, good. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise if you're able and to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Certainly. Supervisor Moore?
Present.
Councilwoman McNamara?
Present.
Councilman Iacilli?
Present.
Councilman Pell?
Present.
Councilman Martell?
Present.
Okay, thank you. I move to approve the minutes from the regular town board meeting,
Second.
wait a minute, of September 23rd, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I move to approve the special town board meeting minutes of October 2nd, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the communications?
The following communications have been received in the office of the town clerk. We have received public notices from the town of Riverhead, notice of adoptions, Village of Quogue, Planning Board hearing notice for 8 Midhampton Avenue, Village of North Haven, notice of adoption, Village of Sagaponack, public hearing notice, New York State liquor license 30-day advance notice to local municipalities by the listed entity. And from the town fire districts, we have received the 2026 proposed budget hearing dates and proposed budgets amounts. Bridgehampton is October 22nd at 6 p.m. East Quogue, October 14th, 7 p.m. Eastport, October 20th, 6:30 p.m. Flanders, October 21st, 6 p.m. Hampton Bays, October 22nd, 7:30. North Sea, October 21st at 6 p.m. Riverhead, October 21st at 6 p.m. Southampton Fire District, October 21st, 7:30. West Hampton, October 21st, 5 p.m. Annual financial disclosure statement filings from listed individuals, emails, letters, and land use application hearing notices regarding the following: Altice USA optimum notices of programming change, proposed change of zone application, Mariner Housing LLC, Majors Path, town board notifications and resolutions to civic groups, regulation of e-bikes, sidewalks, bike lanes, paths in Southampton, speed limit on Ranch Court, Southampton, zoning board of appeals applications for Port Elizabeth Drive, Hampton Bays, Oak Avenue, Flanders, and Peconic Avenue in Flanders. Bid and request for proposals for glass pulverizer were opened on October 1st, and a bid for public safety building demolition. The following report was filed from the town assessor for the 2025-2026 CPF eligible parcel list for use in calculating pilot payments for 2025. And that concludes communications for this meeting's agenda.
Thank you. I do have 6 walk-on resolutions that I'll read and we'll vote to put onto the agenda. The first is Town Board Resolution ID number 51114, a notice of public hearing to consider amending the Town Code, Chapter 330-163 and Chapter 330-181, to reduce the term of zoning board and planning board members from 7 years to 4 years. The second is Town Board Resolution ID number 51139, which is the warrant, number 19. The third is Town Board Resolution ID number 51145 to amend the 2025-2029 capital budget for capital budget SYS Center roof replacement. The fourth is the Town Board Resolution ID number 51151 to authorize the Office of the Town Attorney to commence an enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in the Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 1021 Flanders Road, Flanders, Town of Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map as indicated. Number 5 is Town Board Resolution ID number 51156 to authorize the Town Attorney to bring legal action against the Office of Cannabis Management, the Cannabis Control Board, and the State of New York. And the 6th Town Board Resolution ID number 51190, a notice of public hearing to consider amending the Town Code, Chapter 312, Vehicles and Traffic, amending parking prohibited in designated locations, regulations on a portion of Sunrise Avenue, Bridgehampton. I move to add these to the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice of the first public hearing?
Public hearing number 1, to consider the acquisition of 31 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and amend CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property. Did you want me to read the others?
Yeah, Madam Supervisor and Madam Town Clerk, I was wondering if you'd like to hear these all together, because they're literally, even though 3 separate contracts, they're all adjacent to each
I
other.
think that's a
Yes.
good idea.
Thank you.
So, Madam Clerk, would you please read the remaining 2?
Of course. Public hearing number 2, to consider the acquisition of 33 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and amend the CPF project plan and the CPF management stewardship plan to include the property. Public hearing number 3, to consider the acquisition of 35 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog and amend CPF project plan and the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sorry. Good afternoon, Jackie Fenlon here, Community Preservation Director. We are here before you today for the 3 properties, which are 31, 33, and 35 Quantuck Bay Lane. We have been working with the representatives of the family and the family on this for quite some time. This is owned 31 Quantuck Bay Lane, which is the northerly parcel. This is owned by 31 QBL LLC. So this is approximately 0.6 acres of land and is designated as tax map number 900-359-5-47. So this parcel has a contract in the amount of $900,000. The next parcel is directly to the south, which is the middle parcel you can see on the aerial before you. That parcel is owned by 33 QBL LLC, and that is 0.7 acres of land located at 33 Quantuck Bay Lane in the hamlet of Quiog, Suffolk County tax map number 900-359-5-38. So this property is the parcel you can see is mostly improved with the residents. So this is, the owners of this property have expressed interest in selling this for $1 million. And then the third one, last but not least, is 35 Quantuck Bay Lane, which is the southerly parcel right here. So that property is owned under the LLC of 35 QBL LLC, which is 0.7 acres of land at 35 Quantuck Bay Lane, Suffolk County tax map number 900-359-5-46. So the owners have agreed to sell that portion of land, which is the smallest out of the 3, for $800,000. So this is a property, we are recommending preservation of this due to the and to include it as a wetland target area, because this property contains tidal wetlands and will preserve tidal marshland along approximately 150 feet of Upper Quantuck Creek, which you can see right here. So this is Upper, and everyone knows the bridge as you're exiting Quogue, so that's the bridge right there, and then Quantuck Creek is just to the south. So, and as a condition of the contract, the owner is demolishing the structures on the property.
Director Fenlon, did the members of the CPF advisory board, they were all in agreement on this?
Yes. Yeah, this was recommended in favor, and I took this over from actually the previous director, Lisa Comber. This was reviewed back then. Yep.
Oh, that long ago?
Yep.
Each lot is a buildable lot?
I believe so, yeah, they were all held single and separately, yeah. Although, I have to admit, the structure in the middle, like there is a shed that kind of, I don't have a survey with me today, but we'll be ordering a survey to confirm everything, but yeah, all 3 are single and separate, so it could have been 3 houses or developed into a larger residence, yep.
All right. Well, I don't have any cards on this public hearing, but Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom
Or the other
that
two.
wishes to be heard, or on any of the 3 public hearings? Thank you.
Zoom.
Kevin, did you respond? We didn't hear you.
There's no one on Zoom.
For any of the 3 public hearings, correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, does anyone else have any questions for Jackie? Well, thank you for presenting.
Thank you.
you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Then I move to close the first
First three.
public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I move to close the second public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I move to close the third public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, would you please read the notice for the fourth public hearing?
Certainly. Public hearing number 4, to consider the acquisition of 189 Dune Road in the village of Quogue, and amend the CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Good afternoon again, Jacqueline Fenlon, Director of Community Preservation. So this is a property located at 189 Dune Road, as the notice provided. This property is approximately 3.6 acres of land, known as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 902-16-1-16. Stuart Schlesinger and Linda Schlesinger are the purported owners, and they have expressed an interest in selling this property for $2 million. So I did want to just notice or point out the preservation pattern in this area. You can see on either side, the properties are publicly owned, and this is like a wetlands preservation area within the village of Quogue. This has the full support of the mayor of Quogue, Mayor Truehold, and then if you can see in red, there's an existing public access way. So you can see at the very terminus of that red portion, which I'll just point out. This parcel is really that last remaining link to preserve that entire walkway and the majority of the wetlands in this area. So we are recommending this be as a Village Hamlet Green recreation and open space target area, as it is in the village of Quogue, but it will be preserved mainly for marshland and tidal wetland impacts, but allow also for public access to the water.
Director Fenlon, I don't know if you said this, but is this continuing portions that have already been preserved?
Yes, correct. Yeah, so all the green is there. So the first one to the east is town, the next one is village, then the Schlesinger piece is the one highlighted in yellow. Then after that is county, preserved land and county. So this would really kind of complete the puzzle, so to speak, in this
Yeah,
area.
wants to complete that whole swath. And is that where the walkway is that's already in existence? Is that
Yeah,
what you
so that's what I was
pointed to?
pointing out in red. Yeah, so it starts here.
Mhm. Yeah, it's really a nice little walk. If any-
Yeah, and
if you haven't
actually-
gone, you should check it out.
Yeah, it is a really lovely walk. I took my kids there. It's nice. And then I just wanted to point out, I believe, if I'm correct, that we also just noticed a public hearing on 199. Which is that one. So what will be nice is that cohesively, this whole area will be preserved. So coastal resiliency strategies, wetland marsh areas, all the important stuff along the area here in Shinnecock Bay West.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks. I don't have a card for this public hearing, but Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom that wishes to be heard?
No one on Zoom.
All right, any other questions for Jackie on this one?
No, I just wanted to say that if you really zoomed out a little bit more, you'd see how much has really been preserved in that area. It's a good touch.
Yeah, nice. Well, thank you, Jackie, for all you do. And with that, I'll move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. So that brings us to the public portion. We do have cards for that. The first is Angela Unal.
Good afternoon. I do have a voice. Wow. Good afternoon, Supervisor and members of the board. My name is Angela Yunoltz, and I am the president, and I'm representing the Flanders Riverside Northampton Community Association, Franca. I would not be doing my president duties if I didn't ask this question, as the community has asked me to ask. And that question is, there are things that are coming up for the Riverside, Flanders, Northampton area that will probably have public hearings and/or resolutions. And so the community is asking if those things could be put to like a 6 o'clock meeting, because they cannot attend at 1 o'clock. So that's why I'm standing before you to ask to just take that into consideration, because more would like to have been here today, but they're at work right now. Yes, and then I'll just plug our meeting tomorrow. We have a Franca meeting at 7 PM, and we'll be meeting the trustees that are running for position.
Oh, okay. Well, we are having, this Thursday, the engineer is coming into our work session that's at 10, and that'll be recorded, of course, and you'll be able to view it. But I know that we're also planning to have to come to the Franca meeting in January with the engineer and Historic Concepts, and to do a full presentation for the community.
Yes. Yeah, as soon as I lock in what Wednesday we will be moving the meeting to, then I'll be locking it in with Janice.
Oh, good.
For that January. I have her down for January, yes.
Good, and then we'll have a lot of public outreach to let people know, and so they can come and ask questions.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Peter and Gail Baldwin.
Good afternoon, Madam Supervisor and members of the board. My name is Gail Baldwin. I live at 525 Riverlea Avenue.
My name is Peter Baldwin, live at the same address.
I wanted to say that we've been in our home now for 25 years. And besides the 25 years, I was a Suffolk County employee for 21 years at the county center. So I've been out here for many years. And things have changed drastically from my area. I used to be able to walk in my park at night. I can't do that anymore. It's not safe. There's a lot of people that just come in that don't belong there. There's no gates, nothing of that nature. I used to walk to work on nice days. I can't walk down Riverlea Avenue anymore. And I used to walk to town. I can't do that anymore either, because there's just a lot of elements there that aren't safe. But I came to speak today regarding, which ties into this Town Board Resolution 1030. And I wanted to say, I would like to remind the town that Flanders, Riverside, and Northampton are unique communities, and because of that, they need to be approached differently than other areas of this town. We understand that the town traditionally avoids using eminent domain, but when a property owner consistently fails to respond to the town or to the town's attorney, there must be a process for change. Our neighborhoods cannot continue to be held back by neglect or inaction. We also recognize that the town board typically does not take a position on matters before the planning board or the zoning board of appeals. However, we do believe that policy needs to be reconsidered. When the community comes to you asking for help, pleading for change, and seeking guidance, the final authority and direction should rest with this board. We also understand that there is currently a resolution to spend $2.4 million on the adjacent property. While that may sound like a positive investment, we respectfully, and I do emphasize respectfully, ask that you hold off on moving forward on this resolution until there is clarity on what will be done with the 911 Flanders Road neighboring land. Our request is simple. We ask that the town consider redirecting those funds to that property instead, ensuring that the investment truly benefits the broader revitalization vision for Riverside. Back in 2015, there was a different energy, and we were a part of that. The revitalization effort had momentum, and this room was filled with people who believed in the vision for our community. We understand that times have changed and that the pandemic reshaped many things, but our values and our hopes have not. Some of us have been working toward this for more than a decade. Many of us expected to see progress by now, to be retired, which we are, watching the next generation enjoy the results of our efforts. We are still here, still working, still believing that this community deserves better. It's time to renew that commitment. Flanders, Riverside, and Northampton are ready for change, but the right kind of change. With your leadership and willingness to act, we can finally make the vision that we started in 2015 a reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Priscilla Garston.
Hello, Madam Supervisor and board members, councilmen. I am a resident of Sunrise Avenue in Bridgehampton, and I'm representing my neighbors. We have a little teeny street with 18 houses, and we're requesting to amend the parking regulations. Right now, there's no parking allowed on either side of the street, and many of the lots and the homes are very small. And in the past, people just parked on the street and when they needed to. But this year, for some reason, we have received an inordinate amount of parking tickets. And that's where all the neighbors kind of got together and said, what can we do about this? And I reached out to Michael Iosili, and he had Tom Houghton come, the town engineer. And he was in agreement and provided a proposal, and he stated in it, and I want to reiterate, that this not being able to park on the street creates not only quality of life problem, but hardship issues. Like, many people, about half the driveways only fit 2 cars. So if someone's visiting, there's nowhere to park. And if there's workmen, I mean, what's been happening is visitors have been getting tickets, but then electricians and plumbers and the pool guys and the, cleaning people, everyone's getting tickets now, and we're also kind of going crazy. Like, I had a friend visit, and she parked at a neighbor's house a mile away, and we'd shuttle her back and forth. So it seems, it's been recommended, and I hope that this is brought up at the town board meeting, that we amend this resolution. And he came up with where, it should be on the north side of the street. We have a whole proposal here, and I'm just here to, and everyone, I've talked to, texted with, or emailed with 16 of the 18 homeowners, and they're all like, yes, please, make this happen if you can. So anyway, all the residents are
Thank you.
optimistic. Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Well, David Aslanian.
Hi, my name is David Aslanian. I was here 2 meetings ago on the topic of the New York State, Assembly and Senate bills for the Homestead Act. And my impression after I spoke was that this was enacted by the town and for me to go see the tax assessor. I did that, and the people there said, the town has not enacted that for my assessed value to go down by $50,000. I thought that was very interesting that yourselves gave me one advice, tax assessor says you guys have not enacted it. So I was not very happy personally. I'm getting one of these, not happy. And then I couldn't attend the last town meeting, personal reasons. And then I'm here today on the same topic, and also on New York State Tax Department's website, there is the application for the Homestead Act tax exemption in the town of Southampton, RP-4250-S. I completed it. Again, I talked to the tax assessors. They said, I'm sorry, we won't accept those because the town has not enacted it. So I say, whoever's in favor, raise your hand, let's get it done. And if you're not in favor, that's okay too. You're let of your opinion, but don't run for office. I think everyone who is eligible for this should be flooding the tax assessor's office and your offices saying, hey, get this done. Those that, include our year-round residents here that are on the STAR program or the Enhanced STAR program clearly would benefit from this. I mean, I would. I think some of the people here in this room probably would as well. So can you please comment? What's the next step here?
Well, our understanding when the state put this forward was that it was going to apply only when the town did a town-wide reassessment of the taxes. And of the property values, rather. And that's what I believe that we said last time, and that's what we sent you for further explanation from the town assessor. We didn't indicate that we had adopted the law. It came back from Albany in a different format than what we had been anticipating.
So, so here that it completed the form, it's on the New York State's website, and yet there's no organization. It says, give it to the tax assessor, they won't accept them. So what's gonna happen? What's next?
Once the town engages in the townwide property reassessment, then we would make that homestead exemption available, but not at this point.
Your taxes are frozen, they've been frozen for years, so in order to give you an exemption, we would have to reassess everybody fairly and accurately and raise a lot of people's values, and at that time, we would give you the $50,000 off.
So for now,
In order for us to enact that, we would have to unfreeze taxes and reassess the entire town.
my understanding of the town here is that the reassessments are done annually.
No, they're not. We haven't been done in several years.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
were
it's
frozen
been
because of
Probably
COVID.
since 2018.
Ah,
So if you want us to reassess your house and put it to current day values and then give you $50,000 off, you might not like the outcome. So we've been struggling with that. It's a very high cost to reassess the entire town, and it's a huge undertaking. And, so we're deciding on whether or not to move forward with that, but to give you $50,000 off of your taxes that have been frozen for several years, we can't do that.
this is troublesome, only because on the form and then the New York State's website said it has to be submitted by March 1st.
I understand.
Effective for the following year, so,
We'll follow up with the state agency to make sure that form is not taken.
It was meant to
Take it
give
off.
year-round residents relief if and when we reassess the entire town and everyone, your taxes go up, then you as a year-round resident would get that $50,000 of relief on
Right.
your assessed value. But we haven't, the taxes have been frozen for several years.
especially as someone, I'm going to say, my age, it's beneficial,
I understand.
And probably many others as
So
well.
we've been undertaking some studies to see, how much taxes would change if we did a townwide reassessment, because we don't want to do the whole town reassess it unless we know that it's, people that we don't want to hurt aren't going to get hurt by a townwide reassessment.
So we hired a consultant to do a limited evaluation, and we're waiting for the results.
Please understand, right, my view is somewhat skewed on the matter. Of course, it benefits me.
I would love to get the
And
$50,000
other people
off.
who won't be, clearly, I'm going to say much have sympathy for the multi-billionaires and millionaires that enjoy our community here. So they're more than happy to pay more and us pay less, of course. All right, so then I guess I just hold on to the form because the tax assessor won't accept them.
I'm sure there will be a news story if and when we decide to reassess the whole
Oh,
town.
yes.
That would be,
Most towns do not do that. Most towns do not reassess annually or even every 5-10 years or even more. Most
Right.
towns don't do it. It's because of the cost and the.
Well, most towns have a rolling, they reassess periodically, but this town hasn't done it for quite many years.
yeah, if we go back to COVID, 2020, I get that.
Prior,
yeah.
even prior to
5
this.
years.
Yeah.
Believe me, I tend to agree. I don't want my assessed value to go up so high. as
That
an example.
$50,000 won't do you much.
50,000 offset is not going to cover it.
And that's the issue with assessment sometimes. That's what typically happens. About a third stay the same, third go up, and a third go down. That's been experienced in most towns when they do a reassessment. That's kind of what happens, so. That's a consideration too, sure. In addition to the costs, as Councilperson McNamara mentioned.
This is a far better explanation for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Sorry.
welcome.
I just, I thought it was a great benefit for many people. Thanks.
To be continued. All right, so that, is it, Kevin, is there anyone on Zoom for public portion?
No one on Zoom.
Okay, then I move to close the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's move forward with the resolutions.
All right. Town Board Resolution 2025-1030. I think we need to make a motion to amend at the pleasure of the supervisor.
Yes, I'd like to add to the first resolved at the end that that it's subject to any site remediation that may be required.
Do you want that at the end of the first resolved?
Yes.
Subject to, could you just say that one more time, please? Or do you have the language written down?
I do.
You do?
Do any,
It's on my thing.
Subject to any site plan remediation that may be required.
Site remediation.
Sorry,
not
site,
plan.
sorry, site remediation.
serving the paper.
Thank you.
Just in case that was left out, so we would just want to make sure we have all our bases covered.
So make a motion to adopt as the amendment?
Second?
Second by Rick Martel.
Second to the amendment.
Second to the amendment?
And on the motion, I just want to refer everyone back to a work session that we had recently where there was a very detailed explanation given by our land use management administrator, Janice Shear, about the composition of what will be going into the Riverside area, and she said it comes to about 7 units per acre is actually the average. And this developer said he is willing to reduce the number somewhat and also to have a minimum of 60% AMI for the units. So we'll make sure that all of that is in the agreement when it gets signed. It's subject to approval right now. So I'll call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve as amended?
Second?
Wait.
That was for the amendment.
Oh, okay. Well, then what I said applies to the actual approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1115 of 2025, I am going to withdraw. This is pending a new resolution with some corrections, so.
Okay, very good.
Town Board Resolution 1131 of 2025, resolution authorizing the purchase of 1232 North Sea Road in the hamlet of North Sea, Town of Southampton. I need a motion to amend the date on the abstract of resolution from September 23rd, 2025 to October 14th, 2025. This is co-sponsored with Councilman Pell.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve is amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1144, co-sponsored with Councilman McNamara, authorized purchase of automobile parts and service and supplies from Sourcewell, contract with the Ford Motor Company.
Second.
All in favor? Town Board Resolution 2025-1145 to authorize purchases of cesspool cleaning with Suffolk County contract with Environmental Services, Inc.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1146, authorized purchase of lab service soil and groundwater analysts from Pace Analytic Service, Inc. and Long Island Analytic Labs using Suffolk County contracts.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1147, authorize purchases of process service local from Nationwide Court Services, Inc., using the Suffolk County contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1148, to authorize purchases of solar photovoltaic system supply, install, and maintenance from Eldor Contracting Corp. using the Suffolk County contract.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1149 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilwoman McNamara, authorized supervisor to sign a no-cost contract extension with L.K. McLean Associates Engineering and Surveying, DPC, for professional services related to improvements at Red Creek Park, Hampton Bays.
All in favor? Town Board Resolution 2025-1150, to authorize the purchase of equipment rentals and related products and services from Herc Rentals, Inc., using Omnia Partners contract.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1151, to authorize the supervisor to enter into a contract amendment with Hayduck Engineering LLC your municipal engineering consulting service.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1152 to authorize the supervisor to enter into an agreement with A. Martin Petrovic, Professor of Horticulture, to review the 2025 operation and environmental impact of the Bridge Golf Course.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1153 to authorize the supervisor to enter into an agreement with WSP USA, formerly Leggett, Brashears, and Graham, Inc., in connection with the 2025 groundwater monitoring and sampling services for the Bridge Golf Course.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1154, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize the supervisor to execute a contract amendment with Edward Wolfersdorf to assist with the review of backlogged building permit plans in the Department of Land Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1155 to authorize the supervisor to execute a master services agreement with CSC Holdings LLC for Optimum Services.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1156 to authorize the supervisor to execute any and all agreements to purchase Microsoft licenses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1157, co-sponsored by Councilmember Pell, to authorize the supervisor to sign a sole source contract with Hoffman International Equipment to provide more bark industrial products.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1158, co-sponsored by Councilman Martell. A resolution to apply for a 2025 Certified Local Government Program grant.
Second.
On the motion, I'm just going to say that although I'm the sponsor of this, after having a work session with members of with the vice chair of the Landmarks and Historic Districts Board, and Stephanie Davis, and she mentioned that there was a survey done in 2014 that looked at the entire town and focused on downtowns that could be landmarked. And in my opinion, this grant would be better used to update that survey and focus on that rather than further expanding into the residential area of Bridgehampton, the historic district. So, for that reason,
Can I
Yes.
speak on also? I just wanted to say that we had that work session on it, and, we heard a lot, and I do support moving out into the, other downtowns and other areas and hamlets and make sure that we have other protected areas in the town, so I do agree with the grant. I don't think this is a this or that grant, but that being said, I think we should have a more in-depth conversation about the path forward. And I know we've had some staffing changes, and I think it would behoove us to really dig our teeth into this and make sure that we're heading in the right direction. Another thing that I had mentioned in that work session was potentially, coming up with that top 10 list for outreach to those properties that we really want to focus on and get into the system. So I also would like to have some more information about, the historic district and doing this, because we did have residences opt out of the downtown district. So I think we need some more information, and I think, I applaud them for putting this forward, but I really think with the staffing changes and with some of the other things we would like to look at, I think potentially waiting a little bit and making sure we're headed in the right direction with this would be a good thing.
I agree, and.
Yeah, I don't have a problem tabling this for now and withdrawing it for now, because, but I do agree that, I do mention that when we did Bridgehampton and we did the commercial, there were a few who opted out, but many who wanted to be included in that district too, in the residential side. So it's something we probably will end up looking at later anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, I heard there were 3. I don't know if there were more than that, but that's what they told us. There were 3 people that weren't included, that wanted to be included.
And then there were 4 that were included that opted out?
Yeah.
4 wanted in and 3 wanted out.
Right.
So 4 weren't in the district and they wanted in, and 3 were in the district and they wanted out.
But I agree, we should withdraw it until we have more information, because to go forward and approve it and then get the grant money perhaps, and then, it's almost like it takes on a life of its own.
We also want to make sure we have the staffing to back it up when we move forward. so.
Yeah. All right, so withdrawn. Rick and I withdraw the, thank you, everyone. Town Board Resolution 2025-1159, co-sponsored with Councilmember Pell, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Andela Tool and Machine, Inc., doing business as Andela Products for glass pulverizer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can't wait to get that, right?
Yes, this is for grinding up bottles, glass, into sand.
We want to thank the Sustainability Committee and Tom Houghton as well.
Yes, we do. I took the words right out of my mouth.
Could do a good stuff with this. Town Board Resolution 2025-1160, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Ashlar Contracting LLC for the West Hampton Activity Center contract for general construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1161, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Eastern Industrial Services of New York, Inc. for the West Hampton Activity Center contract for HVAC construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1162, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Hirsch and Company LLC for the West Hampton Activity Center contract for plumbing construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution 2025-1163, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with Rollins Electric, Inc. for the West Hampton Activity Center contract for electrical construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's great. So we needed those 4 separate contracts, which we
Yes.
have now. And we've been told that they can break ground as of the 1st of December, when the
Okay.
bat window is open, right? And
Yes.
hopefully we'll finish the project before the end of next year.
Yeah, so have you shovel already?
Yeah. All right, Town Board Resolution 2025-1164, to award and authorize the supervisor to sign a contract with S&M Prompt Rubbish Removal Service, Inc. for public safety building demolition.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's long overdue, so
Yes.
that's nice to have that
Hands
happen.
down.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1165, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to declare items surplus and to authorize the disposal of vehicles.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1166 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli. Recall and amend Town Board Resolution Number 2025-952, authorize supervisor to sign contract with Lero Engineers Incorporated for professional services related to asbestos remediation design services at 59 Montauk Highway, West Hampton.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1167, co-sponsored with Councilwoman McNamara. Reject all bids for farming at Sayer Field, 93 Butter Lane, Bridgehampton.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1168, to retain the law offices of Carter, Legend, and Milburn LLP for the Fire Island Inlet to Montauk Point project.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1169, co-sponsored with Councilman Martell. Notice of bidders for the 2025 notice of bidders for Bay Drive Water Quality Improvement Phase 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1170 of 2025, 2025 notice to bidders for Poxabog Golf Center building renovations.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1171 of 2025, 2025 notice to proposers for food and beverage service for Poxabog Golf Center.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1172, a bond authorization of $1,230,000 for the purchase of the building for municipal purposes.
Second. And Madam Clerk, would you please add me as a co-sponsor?
We have to do a roll call for this, is that right, Cindy?
Supervisor Moore?
Yes.
Councilwoman McNamara?
Yes.
Councilman Iacilli?
Yes.
Councilman Pell?
Yes.
Councilman Martell?
Yes.
Thank you. Town Board Resolution 2025-1173, to amend the 2025 adopted budget for legal fees.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1174, amend the 2025 budget for various departments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1175 to amend the 2025-2029 capital budget for the West Hampton Activity Center.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's pending New York State grant notification, fingers crossed.
Yes, hope so.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1176 to reappoint David Riley to the Board of Assessment Review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1177, co-sponsored by Council Members Pell, Martell, and McNamara,
Second.
to authorize the town attorney to accept a settlement from the Hampton Bays Water District share of partial settlement with 3M Company in the aqueous film forming foams products liability class action litigation.
Second.
And Madam Clerk, may I be added as a co-sponsor to that as well?
Sure.
Thank you so much. This is great news.
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1178 to authorize the town to reimburse New York Municipal Insurance Reciprocal the deductible for liability and property damage claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1179 of 2025, co-sponsored by Supervisor Moore, in the matter of the establishment of the East Quogue Park District in the town of Southampton, County of Suffolk, State of New York.
All in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, East Quogue.
Yeah.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1180 to authorize the town attorney to retain outside counsel Scott D. Middleton of Campolo, Middleton, and McCormick LLP to represent the interests of the town as it relates to a litigation matter entitled Mott's Only Authentic New York Style LLC et al. Versus the town of Southampton et al.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1181 of 2025, co-sponsored by the entire board, authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the Bridgehampton Museum Potato Hampton 5K on September 21st, 2025, from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution 1182 of 2025, co-sponsored by the entire board, authorization of cost reimbursement waiver for the East Quogue Fire Department seafood party that was held on September 20th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1183 to authorize the Peconic Bay Region Community Preservation Fund tax refund pursuant to Hallmark Abstract Service LLC overpaying the Peconic Bay tax.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 1184 of 2025, authorized waiver of Parks and Recreation Facility use fee for Hampton Bays High School Interact Club Run as One 5K for Mary's Meals on November 15th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1185, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, to authorize the release of a maintenance bond in connection with David's Path subdivision.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution 2025-1186, a release of a maintenance bond in connection with Hampton Business District, Gabreski, APDD, at 230 Rogers Way.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Is everybody voting?
Yeah.
I'll hear myself. Town Board Resolution 1187 of 2025, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli, approval of 2025 junkyard permits for various businesses.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1188 to accept the resignation of Nicole Balducci, Administrative Assistant in Land Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1189 to accept the retirement of Janet Robles, Office Assistant, Spanish-speaking in the Justice Court.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1190 to appoint Johnny Bedell to Scale Operator in Waste Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1191 to appoint Joseph Mullen to Senior Accountant position from the Civil Service List.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1192 to appoint Karen Garcia Springer to Senior Office Assistant in Municipal Works.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1193, co-sponsored by Councilmember Iacilli, to appoint Kerry Meyer to Administrative Assistant in Land Management.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1194 to appoint Maritza Perez Guerrero to Office Assistant Spanish Speaking in the Justice Court.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1195 to appoint Nolan Lehman to Senior Park Attendant in the Parks Department.
I'm going to recuse myself on this vote.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Town Board Resolution 2025-1196 to appoint Paolo Cagliotti to Senior Office Assistant in Municipal Works.
Second.
All in favor?
Town Board Resolution 2025-1197, authorize attendance at the New York Highway and Public Works Expo.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1198, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli, authorize Youth Bureau Director to attend the Association of New York State Youth Bureau Directors Training.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1199 to rescind Resolution 2025-1076, the appointment of a Public Safety Dispatcher 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1200, co-sponsored by Councilmember Martell, a notice of public hearing for the 2026 fire protection contracts.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that'll be on October 28th.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1201, co-sponsored with Councilman Iacilli, notice of public hearing for the proposed allocation of the Community Development Block Grant Funds for the year 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that'll also be on October 28th. Town Board Resolution 2025-1202, a notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Chapter 8, the budget, to override the tax levy limit established by General Municipal Law, Section 3-C.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's October 28th also. Okay. Town Board Resolution 2025-1203, co-sponsored by the entire board, a notice of public hearing to consider the acquisition of 185 Widow Gavitt's Road in the hamlet of Sag Harbor and to amend the CPF project plan and CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
October 28th. Town Board Resolution 2025-1204, co-sponsored by the entire board, a notice of public hearing to consider the acquisition of 40 Redwood Road in the village of Sag Harbor,
Second.
and to amend the CPF project plan and CPF management and stewardship plan to include the property.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very excited about this one. It's another great water access for the people of Southampton.
Yeah, we should tell the name.
Even Mike can use it.
Town Board Resolution 2025-1205. This is a notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Chapter 312 by changing the speed limit on 3 roads, Big Fresh Pond Road, Lakeside Drive, and Parish Road in the Tuckahoe North Sea area. Just so everybody is aware, I wasn't at the work session to explain, but this was part of a much broader study that had been done by Municipal Works, and there is also, especially Big Fresh Pond Road, there are a number of petitions here of over 150 people who are in favor of this. I don't know if, Tom, did you want to explain this, just so everybody is
Well-
aware of the?
I don't think our question was with whether there was a study done. Our question was with starting the process of lowering roads to 25 without coming up with a concrete process for this, because every residential street in the town is going to get all of their signatures in to come and ask us to lower the speed limit to 25. So we just wanted to be sure that
Yeah, so Tom has done his due diligence. Tom, do you
Well,
want
we
to?
wanted to schedule a work session for October 30th, so we could have more opportunity to, I didn't see that study. I don't know if it was circulated, but,
Can
I just-
the
Yeah, he
engineer
can come
explain
up,
what work has
sure.
been done so that
but I
everybody
think
is
we should
aware?
have a work session just to go through it, since
If you
it's
don't
an
mind, Tom.
important issue.
Of course, I think I understand the question in that this could be a waterfall effect for the town. In 2021, New York State allowed for the lowering of speed limits from 30 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour after an engineering study has been performed. This is, to my knowledge, the only petition that has come forward to lower this road. Granted, now it might be in the public view for the town, as like this is a possibility, but in 4 years, this is sort of the first one that we've gotten. This came through in 2023. We did a study, we looked at it. This road, I think everybody could agree that it is a very windy road, right? So I think the merits of it being 25 miles an hour aren't being contemplated here. It's more of just what the larger process is. And I would say that the larger process really is a petition by the residents, show me that greater than 50% of the people on the street support this, like houses, not just like you have 6 people in your house, so you get 6 signatures. But show that, we'll come through. I mean, if we have a traffic engineer someday, we can get them to look at these items, and we can start to consider them on a case-by-case basis. The other thing is that the town could lower the town-wide speed limit from 30 to 25 and circumvent all of this.
But we don't want to, but we caution that because, not every road needs to be at that speed limit necessarily.
Yeah, and that's why there's carve-outs in the town code.
And this came to you in 2023. I just want to make mention that this was not something that I just came up with. This is something that Tom has been working on, and we've been working together to try to get this forward. This has been in the pressure cooker for some time now. I would like to do this on behalf of the residents, given the fact that we do have the petition signatures here. Tom is happy to circulate that. I'm happy to circulate that so everybody can see what has been done. Nelson Pope did the study.
Again, I don't think anybody is questioning, believe me when I
Yeah.
say that Big Fresh Pond Road is definitely a very windy, narrow road that is worthy of this. I think we just want to have the bigger conversation at a work session if this has been this has been in the pipeline for 2 years. I don't think waiting until after we have a work session on the 30th to come up with a broader plan is gonna hurt things terribly.
What kind of broader plan?
Just for how we're gonna handle 25 miles an hour going forward, because if you're saying now the threshold is gonna be get half the neighbors on your street to send in a petition to lower your speed limit, I can guarantee you that 80% of the residential streets will have a petition in here with half of their residents on it. I mean, we have to really look at this at the broader scale, because if it's gonna require an engineering study, then we have to make sure there's money in the budget to do these studies on a broader scale. Or perhaps we have to look at the 25 mile an hour option as a townwide limit.
But there was already a study done.
I'm not saying there wasn't, I'm just saying, before we go down this path, we need to look at the broader picture, and are we going to then, if you come in with your signatures, we did this study, are we then going to have it in the budget for engineering studies for all of these roads? That's my question. It's going to be a cumulative effect, and we just
So-
need to, I'd like to have a good discussion about it.
So this contractor that did the study, Tom, was
Yes.
this a person on contract with Municipal Works?
They're on our engineering list.
Okay, so
Right.
when the inquiry came in to take a look at this, how did that whole process work out?
So I took a look at the number of petition signatures, I checked the houses, I kind of read into what they were asking of the street, my own experience with this street, and then determined if this was really something that the town should spend money on to do the study for. I will note there are 457 miles of highway within the town. Not all of them are residential streets. Some of them are secondary highways that, we could have a significant amount, to Councilman McNamara's point.
Right.
Councilwoman, sorry.
So like my question is it based on, limited site distance, it being an unmarked road? Like, what are our parameters going to be versus, it can't just be get half the neighbors on your street to send in a petition and we're
Why
gonna
don't we,
do
why
a
don't you
study.
circulate what you're looking at so we can all have that and review it and have the work session on the 30th?
Tom, do you remember what the cost of this study was?
I think it was north of $5,000 for the study.
I just want to
Yeah.
quote one of the findings of this, which was the 85th percentile speeds are in excess of the posted speed limit on Big Fresh Pond
And
Road.
again, Councilman Isley, in all fairness, you're quoting a study that you have had the opportunity to review. None of us have had that circulated, and none of us have reviewed it, so.
Okay, so we will circulate this and review it, but can we set the public hearing? We'll have time to, we could,
Well, the work session, Janice has it
It's 2
on
days
for
after.
October 30th. So why don't we, bring this resolution back after the work session, or if you want to table it for the meeting after the work
I'm happy to
session?
table it for after the meeting.
So let's see, what date would this be?
But then at least we'll have a direction as to what we're doing. So you're going to set it for the first meeting in
The
November?
12th?
Yeah, we'll do the first meeting in November. Tom, you wouldn't mind coming into a work session to
Of course.
explain the study?
Yeah, of course, I could talk about the assembly law, the criterion, and really, the state just wants to make sure that a professional engineer reviews this in conformance with the state's traffic code.
We just, in fairness, need to make sure we have the funding in place to do those studies. And
I'm being told to table it to another meeting is problematic because the dates are already set forth in here that we should withdraw it and then repost it for the meeting on November 12th with the new dates.
I have no problem typing it back up, so
Okay,
I
that take
can.
into account the timing.
Yeah, of
for the
course, yeah.
Newspaper notice. All right, so in 2 weeks, we'll have the work session, we'll go through it all, and then we'll put it on for the following board meeting. All right, good. You can tell us everything we need to know, Tom.
Tom, if you don't mind circulating the study to
Yeah,
the board members? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Town Board Resolution 2025-1206, co-sponsored by Councilwoman McNamara, a notice of public hearing to consider a request to extinguish a town-owned development right in relation to a carriage house proposed to be designated as a town landmark at 439 Hayground Road, Bridgehampton.
second.
Jackie, do you happen to know anything about this one that you would, no? Okay, okay, thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Kelly's coming to a work session on this? We did, okay.
Talked about it, yeah. that
All
was a
right,
month
so
ago.
then
We just hold it
we'll
over.
withdraw this one, because,
Okay, till November. Yeah, we have time.
oh, okay. So that would have to be on the 30th also then.
Kind of,
All
but we
right.
didn't go into depth about it.
I just want to be consistent. I want to be consistent, so what we're doing.
Thank you. It's appreciated.
But November, all right, so since it's for November 12th, we can have the work session October 30th, you're saying?
They're planning there and the landmarks folks. The ones, we have Dave Wilcox, because they're the ones that are really
Yeah.
driving this, not my office. You know, They've asked for we put the resolution on, but it was at the request of planning, yes.
Yeah. I don't know if Stephanie Davis needs to be there too. All right, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have the walk-ons. Town Board Resolution ID number 51114, notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Chapter 330-163 and 330-1181 to reduce the term of zoning board and planning board members from 7 years to 4 years.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And Town Board Resolution ID number 51139, which is the warrant number 19, capital number 19, CPF number 19, dated October 14th, 2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution ID number 51145, co-sponsored with Councilmember Pell, to amend the 2025-2029 capital budget for capital budget SYS Center roof replacement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Town Board Resolution ID 51151, authorize the Office of the Town Attorney to commence an enforcement action seeking injunctive and other relief against appropriate parties in Suffolk County Supreme Court relating to the use and occupancy of 1021 Flanders Road, Flanders, Southampton, Town of Southampton, as more particularly described on the Suffolk County tax map as indicated.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town Board Resolution 51156, co-sponsored by the entire board, to authorize the town attorney to bring legal action against the Office of Cannabis Management, the Cannabis Control Board, and the State of New York.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And this last one's yours.
Town Board Resolution 51190. This is a notice of public hearing to consider amending Town Code Chapter 312, Vehicles and Traffic, amending parking prohibited in designated locations, regulations on a portion of Sunrise Avenue in Bridgehampton. Tom Houghton, our engineer, is here to explain what we're doing with this matter.
Just someone want to second the motion?
Second.
Okay. On the motion, Tom, please.
Okay, great. Sunrise Avenue is a residential street off of Bridgehampton Sag Harbor Turnpike in Bridgehampton. Currently, the parking restrictions are on both sides of the street. There are no, you're legally not allowed to park on this residential street. I met with the residents of the street, we walked the street, we talked to other residents. I circulated a letter to every resident and also emailed them as well. The majority of them, actually every response that I received was in favor of opening up parking to at least one side of the street. The street is about 24 feet wide. It's certainly wide enough to have one parked car on one side and back out of your driveway or pull out of your driveway. We looked at where the fire hydrants are located, where the side streets are located, quantity of driveways as well as quantity of vegetative frontage on these streets. So which side can have the most parking with the least obstructions. Time and time again, it was the north side of the street that seemed to be the best. Also, as you pull into the neighborhood, you're already on the north side of the street, the right side of the road, you park. When you're backing out of your driveway and let's say you're on the south side, you're backing out and you're backing into the cars on the north, as soon as you pull forward, you're on the correct side of the street. So it was very intuitive with the flow of the neighborhood to have it be, to allow parking on the north side of the street. So I think this opens up a lot of options for these residents on the street to have people over, to have service people come to their house without fear of being ticketed for parking during the day on their own street.
And Tom, we spoke with the police department on this. We had a communication with them, correct?
Yep. They're going to work with us on it.
Why do you think that it was no parking initially?
So I don't have anything in my records that say why. Anything I would be guessing. I don't want to guess right here. But it's, looking at it now, it makes sense to open it up to one side of the street. We can fix whatever mistake or whatever law was passed years and years and years ago. But it certainly seems reasonable to open up that one side now.
How are you going to decide which one side? I mean, maybe people,
Yeah, so that was all what I talked about, like where the fire hydrants are. All the fire hydrants are on the south side, so that would preclude any parking in front of those, which reduces the number of spaces. There is I don't have a map, but there is a side street on the south side, a short stub that two houses take driveways off of. That reduces the amount of parking on the south side. So there is much more available parking on the north side than the south side, and there's less obstructions on that north side. So everybody that was out there was a landscaper there when I was there, parked on the north side. That's pretty much the best spot for it. The turnaround on the south side allows people to make three-point turns. It really opens up to a lot of options.
Yeah.
So we looked at all of that. We are keeping the first 50 feet adjacent to the turnpike to no parking, so that you don't have someone parking right on the corner as you come in off the turnpike. So I think that's beneficial, but the rest of it will be available for parking during the day. Overnight parking is still not allowed as per town code, so this doesn't change any of that.
Thank you, Tom. And I want to thank you for your time putting into some of these efforts. I know you've been stretched thin, and a lot of these really require a traffic engineer, but you're applying your knowledge and expertise here in these circumstances, and I greatly appreciate you helping with these site visits.
Thank you.
And I also want to thank traffic control officers for enforcing our
Yeah.
traffic restrictions
Yeah.
diligently, it looks like.
Very diligently.
Tom, so what would the sign say?
The signs, so we would be removing signs. Right now, there's signage on both sides of the street that say no parking, no stopping, standing, park, all that stuff. So we would remove signs from the first 50 feet all the way to the end, no signs, and it would just be available. And the signs would remain on the south side where they say no parking. So right now it's signed, both sides, all the way down.
So you don't have to say, but not in the evenings, because that's already.
Correct,
known.
that's a given. Any residential areas in the town, that's a given, so.
Okay. All right, well, thank you for the information, Tom, much appreciated.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, so all in favor of scheduling the public hearing?
Aye.
Aye. All right, well, if there's no other business, then I move to close the meeting.
We should say thank you to all the highway and the code for taking care of us over the storm.
Yeah, especially to
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Murphy, Public Safety, the PD, the Highway Department, much appreciated everything they did during this last few days of weather that we had.
Quite a few big trees down.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Bill.
That's okay, it's my job.
Yeah. All right, so I move to close the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, everyone.